Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport, Dhaka. Dhaka is going to be a departure for today, and our aircraft is parked on the other side of the terminal. So, without further ado, let's go meet the beautiful piece of engineering that's going to be taking us from here to our destination. And here is our aircraft for the day, the Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner, rocking the beautiful Biman Bangladesh livery. So, I've decided to do a bit of a walk around before we board the aircraft because, immersion and why not. And I mean, in the simulator, wear and tear isn't simulated, but still, this helps for immersion. So, we're just making sure that everything is nice and dandy and as it's supposed to be. So, I'm going to take this time to also explain myself and the little bit of a hiatus you guys have been seeing on the channel. I've been busy with life. Honestly, exams happen. I'm a university student. Exams bring you down, and you don't really have time to do 10-hour flights and then spend 3 hour editing when you have to cover 14 weeks of a syllabus in one night. Now, some may say this was self inflicted. Possibly. Do I regret it? Maybe. Would I do it all over again? Hell yes, because I enjoyed those 14 weeks to the maximum. But pay attention in class, guys. Go to class. It will help. I'm sure there's a reason they do classes. But anyways, here we're just gonna wrap around the walk around. The aircraft looks absolutely beautiful. I feel like doing this walk around, it makes you realize the sheer scale of the aircraft and what a massive feat of engineering this is.
Pakistan 021, the jetway is going to be connected.
With the jetway being connecting, we are now ready to board. As you can see, this is a highly detailed terminal and it has some epic paintings on the wall. As we can see, I believe that's the Dhaka city there, the silhouette of it. Here we are at the gate of the aircraft. Let's board. As you can see from here, the flight deck of the 787 looks absolutely like a spaceship out of this world. But without further ado, let's take the captain's seat and get ready to depart from Dhaka. I'm gonna get the aircraft configured for engine start, so I will see you guys when we're ready. Alrighty, so the aircraft has now been configured for APU start, so we can get that going. But before we do that, since the 787 has been updated, it now has a checklist feature. So let me just look for that real quick and we can get some added immersion for absolutely free. So this is due to the new aviation avionics update, and here we go. Here's the checklist. So parking brakes set, fuel controls are okay. And just tick through all of these: MCP, takeoff, CDU. Yeah, all is good. Everything is good. We have everything set up. We are ready for APU start. So I'm just gonna tick through these real quick. Everything is checked. Flight controls, ground equipment is removed. So now APU. So for the APU, we're gonna come up here and just flick the switch to the on and then to the start position. Hold it there, and it should come back on. And now we'll just wait to get the APU running message, and then we can get our pushback started. Ah yes, here we go. The APU is now running, as you can see by that message, so we can tick that off in the checklist. We can come up here, make sure external power has been disconnected already. Okay, before we go on, I've seen the anti-ice, so I'm gonna switch all these switches to auto, so we don't have to worry about that. And with that being said, I think we're ready for pushback and engine start. So I'll see you guys when I'm prepared for taxi. Alright, the pushback has been completed, and with that being said, ground equipment should be clear, so we can get ready for engine start. So for engine starting, then we're gonna just come up here, we're gonna make sure the beacon light is on, flick the right engine to start, and come and observe the instrument cluster here. Well, not the instrument cluster, the dials and gauges. And we're looking at the EGT and making sure that's rising nicely. And once we're satisfied with the amount, we can throw in the fuel. Alright, once the right engine comes online, we can do the same for the left. So same procedure, flick the starter to the left. And then once we're satisfied with our dials, we can throw in the fuel. So we're just gonna observe that rise. And once we're satisfied, we can throw in the fuel. Again, I do post commentary, so I am kind of just commenting on what I'm doing here. And here I noticed that the MFD went to the wrong thing. And this is the first time I'm flying the aircraft after the new update, so this was a real cool feature to me. But anyways, once I fix that, I'll focus back up on the dials. And yeah, I'm satisfied, so we can throw in the fuel. And as I was doing my engine start, I heard engines roar in the background, and I turned the camera around to see this AI Biman Bangladesh Airlines takeoff. And yeah, I'm using FSLTL, so this is a real-life 787 that's taking off right now as I record this video. Beautiful smooth departure there by that pilot there. I'm sure he'd be proud of that one. And yeah, anyways, back to our flight. Taxi, we need to make sure that we set flaps accordingly, and for today's departure we're going to be using flaps 15. So I'm going to set that, and then we're going to get the taxi underway, and I will see you guys at the whole short line.
ভদ্রমহিলা ও মহোদয়গণ, বিমান বাংলাদেশ এয়ারলাইন্সে ভ্রমণকালীন সময়ে আপনার নিরাপত্তাই আমাদের মুখ্য উদ্দেশ্য। তাই এই বিমানের নিরাপত্তা বিষয়ক নির্দেশাবলীর প্রতি আপনাদের মনোযোগ আকর্ষণ করছি। যখনই সিট বেল্ট সংকেত জ্বলে উঠবে, তখনই সিট বেল্টের প্লেট এবং বাকল এভাবে আটকে দিন এবং সুবিধামতো শক্ত করে বেঁধে নিন। খুলবার সময় বাকলের উপরের প্লেটটি তুললেই সিট বেল্ট খুলে যাবে। জরুরি অবস্থায় অক্সিজেনের প্রয়োজন হলে উপরের সিলিং থেকে আপনা আপনি অক্সিজেন মুখোশ নিচে নেমে আসবে। সঙ্গে সঙ্গে একটি মুখোশ টেনে নেবেন। মুখোশটি নাক ও মুখের উপর চেপে ধরে স্বাভাবিকভাবে নিঃশ্বাস নিন এবং এই ইলাস্টিক ব্যান্ডটি টেনে মাথার সঙ্গে সুবিধামতো ঠিক করে নিন। তারপর প্রয়োজনে আপনার পাশের যাত্রীকে মুখোশ পরতে সাহায্য করুন। জরুরি অবস্থায় পানিতে অবতরণের প্রয়োজন হলে লাইফ জ্যাকেট ব্যবহার করতে হবে। আপনার লাইফ জ্যাকেটটি এক্সিকিউটিভ ক্লাসে 2 সিটের হাতলের নিচের অংশে এবং ইকোনমি ক্লাসে সিটের নিচে রাখা আছে। শিশুদের জন্য লাইফ জ্যাকেট ক্রুগন প্রয়োজনে।
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are lined up on runway 14 here at Hazrat Shah Jalal at Dhaka, and we are ready for takeoff. On to Karachi we go. I don't think I mentioned my destination yet, but today we're going to be flying to Karachi Jinnah International Airport in Pakistan. So anyways, right now I'm just setting the throttle. Engine's building up nicely. We're just going to keep giving it more throttle, and you can hear those Rolls Royces beasts roar into life. And airspeed is alive. It's building nicely. It's my first flight back, so we're trying our best to keep it at the center line. Don't want to be too rough. The 787-10, big aircraft. I'm sure it's lead and lots of passengers. Just a bit of a hiccup there. Let's not even mind that. Very cloudy here, and we're just going to push back on the stick gently. Don't want to have a tail strike. Just allow the aircraft to fill itself with the air and come up into the sky. That did not make sense, but just keep watching. Positive rate of climb. Keep it gear up. welcome to the flight deck here on final. My ILS went a bit goofy, so I've been hand flying this down from around 2,000 feet. That's why you guys didn't catch me earlier. Anyways, here we are approaching Karachi Jinnah International runway 25 left, coming in a bit high according to the pappies, but visually it looks good to me, so I'm going to let it slide. And here we go, we've slid too low on the glide slope now, and we are too low, but visually it looks good to me, so I'm going to continue with the landing. Just try and get it center line. All the throttle's been disconnected, and I'm going to put my power to idle, and just 10, and touchdown. That was a bit cushiony, I'd say, not absolutely butter, but for a first landing back after a hiatus, I think I'll take it. Pretty excellent if I say so myself. Thrusters, reverse thrusters have been engaged, airspeed is slowing down nicely. Disengage reverse thruster now, manual braking, and we're just gonna let the aircraft coast itself to the exit taxiway coming up ahead on the left. Excuse me. Anyways, yeah, so this flight was around 3 hours and 20 minutes, pretty uneventful. Beautiful sunset on the way, if you guys would have seen that in the time lapse, and I have some beautiful, epic, absolutely gorgeous landing shots for you guys to see, so do stay tuned for that. And I don't know why it took me so long to taxi. Karachi Jinnah International, I think, has a long runway, and we just braked a bit too hard here on the start. But anyways, the exit ramp is coming up on the left, so we're gonna take this. I'm gonna take the exit left, get the aircraft configured for taxi back to the terminal, while you guys can enjoy these beautiful landing shots.
20, 10. 30, 20, 10. 30, 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it here to the gate at Karachi Jinnah International, parked at gate 22. I'm sure this is the correct terminal. Trust me, I'm from Karachi. Anyways, we can look up here and we can turn off all our external lights. Turn off the beacon light because we will not be turning off the engines. To turn off the engines, simply just cut off the fuel supply and the engines will shut down themselves. With the engines being shut down, it is now safe for the ground power unit and the jetway to connect. Once both of those are connected, we can turn on external power and deboard from the aircraft. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the conclusion of another magnificent flight on the Small Brain Pilot channel. I know I've taken a bit of a hiatus. I've been busy with life, exams, and as such, but now I have holidays and I will hopefully be uploading on a more regular, consistent schedule. If possible, we can expect maybe 3-4 uploads a week if I can, maybe more. And my first priority is making sure that the quality remains the same. As you can see with this video, I've tried a lot of new techniques, so do let me know in the comments about your feedback, if you like them, if you want any changes, if you like the flight routes, any specific airlines you want me to fly. I am completely open to any and all suggestions. It has been connected, ground power unit is connected, so we can deboard and leave this aircraft for the next pilot. So just turn on the external power, switch off the APU, and we can step out of the aircraft. Alright folks, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.